Hey everyone, coming to you from my 2018 BMW 540D xDrive US model. I purchased this car with about 20,000 miles on it, and one of the things I noticed was when I would do a full throttle acceleration, it would shudder, like you could feel it in the seat and then the whole car on the 1 to 2 shift. And I did some research, and it turns out there's a TSB out there that actually covers a huge variety of BMWs made within a few years of this time. Apparently the transfer case oil that was used at the factory was incorrect, and it caused this issue. So the TSB basically stated that, let's see, is there anybody coming? I'm going to go ahead and just do one right now. Just floor it. Anyway, when it would do that 1 to 2 shift, it stated in the TSB that was one of the symptoms of the bad fluid, and the solution was to replace it with, I believe it's called DTF1. Well, anyway, so I took it to the dealer. It was still under warranty when I got it. I took it to the dealer with that complaint, and dealer said, well, they were kind of conflicting. First they said they could not replicate. Then I went for a drive with the shop foreman, and first he admitted that he felt it, then he denied it. It was really frustrating. I wasn't too happy with that dealership. Ultimately, I was able to get them to quote-unquote goodwill the fluid change, and then they had to perform adaptations. Well, for whatever reason, it takes a while for the clutches to get saturated with the new oil. So I don't exactly understand how that works, but I'd say after about well, it was dramatically better right off the bat, and after about 2,000 miles of driving, it got basically 99% better. It's still not what I would consider absolutely perfect, but it's probably so subtle that most people would not even notice it. And my concern, and why I'm making this video for those of you who own cars like this, is that it would cause long-term damage having the wrong fluid in there. Look back through my previous videos. I did a whole video showing the TSB and the cars that it affects. I did want to kind of give an update. It was about 7,000 miles ago now that I had that done, and it's basically been fine ever since. Sometimes it shifts without any, and other times it's just extremely subtle, but it was absolutely nothing like what it was, and I consider it to be solved. I'm very particular, very sensitive to little nuances that a car does, and like I said, most people probably wouldn't even feel it. So if you have a shuddering, again, mine was full throttle 1 to 2 shift, but if you have a shuddering in your xDrive, and I don't remember off the top of my head what years were covered, but it's, you know, plus or minus a few years around 2018. It might even go all the way up to 21. Yeah, look into getting the DTF1 installed into your transfer case, because it will probably solve that. And another thing about that, when I originally made that first video, somebody, I believe it was there, it might have been on a forum, commented that their transfer case failed at like 76,000 miles or something like that. Yeah, there's no way that should happen. So I attribute that to the incorrect transfer case oil. So that's just something I wanted to share with everybody. Hopefully it helps somebody. I'm gonna do one more acceleration now that this truck is turning off. Nobody behind me. Let me get right ahead of this thing here. Nobody's in there anyway. So we're gonna stop